up, YouTube? Welcome back. Well, I think the alts have woken up, which is a good thing because Bitcoin is still sleeping.
2,000 years later.
So with a few altcoins taking off this week, it prompted me to ask the question, how do we find those next little gems, the ones that are going to take us to the moon and give us huge profit? Now, I know since the world of leverage trading came about, it seems to have taken all of our focus, but there are still coins around that have the potential to make massive gains without using leverage. And that's what I want to talk about today. So I'm going to show you how I go hunting for the next potential moon coins. Now, before I get into this video, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you can be notified every time I post a video. And of course, if you like what you see, please also give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment to let me know. Alright, so CoinMarketCap is a website that lists all of the different cryptocurrencies available, and we're going to use this as our starting point. Now, first thing I want you to do is head over to this View All button. Click on that. And that's going to bring up these three columns here, which show you the percentage gain or decrease within the last 1 hour, 24 hours, and 7 days. So we're going to click on this 7-day button and we're going to click on it twice until it brings up the coins in order of what has decreased in value the most in the last 7 days. Once we have that, we're going to go over to the next column and we're going to look for coins that have decreased in the last 7 days but started to make a comeback within the last 24 hours. This gives us a hint that they may be starting to change market structure, possibly have hit the bottom and starting to reverse. Now, before we just write them all down, we're going to then head over to the volume column and we're only looking for coins that have at least around 20 million in volume. So starting right and working inwards, you're just going to make yourself a list for now and then we're going to chart them next. So to give you an example, this first coin, 𝗧𝗿𝗃𝗃, yeah, it's had a massive decrease in the last 7 days, nice recovery in the last 24 hours. However, the volume is only 288,000, so that's not one we're going to add to our list. Moving down, this would be one I'd add to my list. We've had 10% decrease in the last 7 days, 2.77% recovery in the last 24 hours, and 36 million volume. So I'm literally going to write that on a list. And then I'm going to move on to the next one and just continue my way down until I have reached the very bottom. So to save you watching me scroll through this list, I'm going to get it done and come back to you when we're ready to head to the charts. Alright, so once I have my list, I'm going to create a list in my trading view and then I'm just going to make my way through them one by one. So starting with the first one, just to give you an idea of what I'm looking for at a glance before I even bother to chart anything up, is I want to be able to see from the naked eye a very obvious downtrend and either some sideways consolidation, it's reached its bottom looking left, and potential signs of reversal. So far this does look good to me. Now the next thing I do is I'm going to grab my measuring tool. I'm going to measure from where price is now up to its all-time high. So this one is showing potential 554%. I'm looking for anything over 1,000%. Not to say 500 isn't amazing, but I'm really digging for the gems here. So this one, I would not continue it any further. But just to show you the process, I'm going to continue to chart this one up. And then I'm going to speed through the rest of my list so you don't have to sit here and watch. So the next step would be to now mark out all my areas of resistance.
And now I'm going to switch to line chart and draw in my trend line.
Now, so far looking at this coin, you can see we've had a really steep downtrend. Now it's tapering off and we're starting to move into sideways consolidation. So the next step is to, within this consolidation area here, I want to start looking for some signs of reversals. Now that can be something like a head and shoulder pattern, a double bottom, or a potential change in market structure, which is kind of what we have going on here. So this coin could potentially start to break out soon. Now, I'm not looking to buy within this zone. I still need to see this coin break trend and start to head up out of this box area with a retest before pushing further up, and at that point I would get in. So measuring where I could potentially take profit at every area of resistance, and you can either decide to take partial profit at these areas, get out completely, or just keep riding it all the way to the top. And this is what my finished chart would look like. And the last thing I'd do is, if this was something that I wanted to keep on my watch list, I would set myself an alert for where I want to potentially enter this coin, and I'd wait to get that notification. So now that I've shown you the process, I'm going to speed through the rest so that you don't have to watch them all, and I will come back to you with hopefully a few amazing opportunities. Yes list. Now we've come to the exciting part. So starting with 𝗂𝗶𝗵. What I like about this one is you can see a long-term downtrend followed by some sideways consolidation. Within that area, we have a head and shoulders pattern forming or formed already, which is a reversal pattern. So I really like seeing a head and shoulders at the end of a long-term downtrend, especially on the weekly. That makes it very strong. So this excites me a lot. What I'm waiting for, it's not time right now. I want to break that level where I can see some wicks to the left. I want to break that and close with some solid candles around this area before I get in. This one has a potential to get up to 1400%. The next one is WANchain, WANBTC. Same thing on this, very similar pattern, long-term downtrend, sideways consolidation for a period of time. However, with this one, you can see here that there was an attempted breakout and we closed back into that consolidation zone. So I'm not looking to go long out of this box. I want to make sure we can close above this area here before I would consider taking this. So I've put my entry point here at around 5,899 sats, and that one potential of 1400%. All right, next we have BTG. Now, very, very similar. What I don't like about this is this area here. That's a worry to me. So I won't be looking to go long out of this consolidation. I want to see a close above this wick and a retest before going long. So my entry on this one would be around 32.19. And that gives me a potential just over 1500% profit back to the all-time high. This one is not quite ready yet, as we don't really have a reversal happening. We only have consolidation. So what I'm looking for with this one is for a bit of a change in market structure and then a break and retest of this area before entering along. All right, now we get into the exciting ones. This one is my coin of the century right now. We have a little bit of a love affair going on. So with Walton, you can see we've got this massive, massive pattern happening here on the weekly and a potential to move back up to its all-time high. Could possibly return about 4,800%, which is insane. Is it probable? Who knows? Is it possible? Absolutely. We've been there before. depending on what this company is actually doing, it's made it through a bear market, and it's got really solid reversal pattern happening right now with the head and shoulders. So if we can get a break here at this level where we have reversed before, then that's definitely going to be my entry point at around 706. So again, looking for a break and retest before further moving up before I get into this one. But this would be a long-term couple of year hold if we can get back up to these levels. Even, you know, along the way is still a massive return. So I'm a huge fan of this one right now. And the last one I have for you that I'm also a massive fan of is 𝗟𝗶𝗃𝗲𝗹. Same thing, we've got a long-term downtrend, we've got a long period of consolidation happening here, and what I'm looking for now is if we can get a good breakout here where we have stopped before, a good breakout retest, my entry would be around the 1283, and that one has the potential to get us to over 5,000%, 5,200%, just to get back to where it's been before. So that's why I say it's possible, because there is structure to show we've been there before. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. It does depend on what these companies are actually doing and whether people want to buy into it. But technical analysis alone, it's showing us that a reversal is there. We've had a downtrend. We've had sideways consolidation. We're now creating new market structure, which is bullish. And if we can break above previous resistance, then there's no reason not to get in. All right, now once you've done all your charts, you've narrowed it down to a few coins. If you want to, the next step would be to then go to those companies' websites and research a little bit about what they're doing and make sure that even through the bear market, they're still going and they're coming up with new and exciting projects. Now, the best way to do that is not by Google searching them, because you can come up with scam websites. The best way to make sure that you have got the correct website is to head back over to CoinMarketCap, click on the name of the coin, and that will bring up a new page. Now, on that page, you will see there a link to that company's website. That is a trusted source, and so I highly recommend that you only research them through that. There's a whole bunch of other information on there as well, and you can also see what exchanges they're trading on and things like that. So feel free to have a browse and see what you can find. Please remember, this video is not financial advice and it pays to do your own research, so please take the time to do so. Now, as I mentioned before, I trade on the Binance exchange. If that is something that you're interested in signing up to, there is a link down below in the description of this video that will get you 10% off fees, so definitely worth using that. And if you're looking for a tutorial on how to use the futures exchange on Binance, I will leave a link for that up above here somewhere, and you can check that out as well. Alright, that's all I have for you this video. Happy hunting!